Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Advent of Code 2023, in which I struggle to learn Kotlin while solving very easy problems. For now, easy anyway. Before we get started on day 3, I don't have more refactoring to do, so we're not going to spend another 25 minutes on that. But I just wanted to point out one change that I did make off camera by committing it. So I was just trying to clean up this group across blank lines thing. And excuse me. I noticed that this whole like function thing. Remember we had this whole issue where it has to like, because you're allowed to within this lambda return from here or from here, you have to specify where you're returning from. I don't totally understand why it defaults to the outermost thing instead of the innermost thing, but whatever. And I was trying to figure out how to fix that, and the obvious thing was like, look, this lambda doesn't have to be inside a build chunk. In fact, like, in case we cared, it's probably less efficient for it to be there because... No, that's not true. Anyway, but I moved it outside, so there's only one scope it could reasonably return from. And then I also... once I had done that, the IDE suggested some more improvements to me. It said, oh, you're saying if line.isEmpty return null, otherwise return this, why don't you just return line.ifEmpty, which is an extension function, I guess, that on strings, right? Yes, on character sequences. That says, you know, return the string itself, but if it's empty, then call this lambda and return that instead. And so then, since we're not returning to a weird function, we can just use it if empty. And so that simplifies this a bit. So let's just commit that. Clean up group across blank lines. Great. And then I wanted to also rename group across blank lines because it's like split, right? Split is what it should be called. So, all right, the diff is gone. I just want to rename this. And we'll call it split at blank lines. And that, yeah, updated the usage, of course. Very good. No, wait, what did I press? Store current layout as default? Okay, whatever, I don't care. Yes, commit that. Oops, I hit insert. Who knew that was allowed? Rename to split at blank lines. Very good. Okay, that's all I wanted to do before we get started on the real thing here. Get out of here. Get. Where is my Advent of Code window? Here it is. Day 3. Day 3, rucksack reorganization. One elf has the important job of loading all of the rucksacks with supplies for the jungle journey. Unfortunately, that elf didn't quite follow the packing instructions, and so a few items now need to be rearranged. Each rucksack has 2 large components. All items of given type are meant to go into exactly one of the 2 compartments. The elf that did the packing failed to follow this rule for exactly 1 item type per rucksack. Okay. What items of a given type? Your elves have made a list of all the items currently in each rucksack, your puzzle input, but they need your help finding the errors. Every item type is identified by a single lowercase or uppercase letter. Item type. Okay. A list of items for each rucksack is given as characters, all on a single line. Okay, so we're not going to use our split on blank lines today. A given rucksack always has the same number of items in each of its 2 compartments. So the first half are items in compartment 1, the second half are items in compartment 2. Suppose you have this. Okay, so I'll eyeball it. That's about half. Yep, exactly half. Genius. Okay. The only item type that appears in both compartments is lowercase p. I see. Okay. Got it. prioritize, each item type can be converted to a priority, which is just their position in the alphabet plus 26 if they're capital. Okay. The priority of the item type, sum them. Okay, cool. No problem, I think. I mean, I'm sure I'll invent some problems because I don't know what I'm doing in Kotlin, but... So let's see. Project, resources, new, file, day03. No, I'm not calling these day03, huh? I guess that's fair since I'm using string formatting to access them. I don't want to put in the leading zero. I mean, I could, but... And I noticed also, yeah, put that in Git, that's fine. And I guess I won't put the trailing new line here because Kotlin's read lines thing includes the empty line. Anyway, I noticed them being consistent. I named my package day 1 and my file day 01. Whoops, maybe I'll change that someday. But for now, and also I don't think I even need the packages. Oh, I even called this one day 2. Oh my god, the worst. All right, let's maybe do a little cleanup of that. Oh, I see. This is the coverage because I accidentally ran it for day 1. Okay. So, all right. Can I just like remove the packages completely? Refactor, move this into here. Sure. And move this to the same place. Oh. I see. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So, right, because they're not within a class, all of the functions... So a Kotlin package, I guess, contains files. And all the functions, classes, and something else. There's like one other top-level thing. In... Maybe just extension functions? Anyway, in a package, across all the files in that package, have to have distinct ways to access them. Okay, well, I want to just call them part 1 and part 2 every time, so I guess I will. All right, undo. But I'll just rename this instead to... Where's rename? Refactor, rename. Just call this day 1. Okay. Git commit this. Don't commit that. What is this doing here? What is the diff on this? I don't think I changed anything. What the hell? Why is there friggin' UI in here? Oh, because I saved it as my default setup. Okay. Just like delete this shit. Yeah. Great. Okay, so commit just the day 1 move. Change file name. Day file name formatting scheme. All right. Cool. Yeah, don't need to know about that anymore. So I guess I then need a new package since I'm new. What if I said Kotlin file here? Will it? No, it goes into this package. Okay. So I need a new subpackage of this. Day 3. Kotlin file named day 3. I think I could type .kt and it would like, but also I can not type it. So let's not. Yes. All right. So, I mean, it's almost like what types can you even define that are interesting for this project? I guess you can define item types and rucksacks and priorities. You know, obviously none of those are really necessary to solve this simple problem. But I do like making things hard for myself, haha. Are there... Yes, there are multiple copies of the same type in one rucksack. If we look here, there's 2 W's in rucksack number 1, lowercase w's, and also uppercase w's, as it turns out. So, so we shouldn't be using sets to represent the halves of the rucksack, right? But a multiset, that seems kind of nice. Because, I mean, what does Kotlin's multiset support look like? Do we just have one? Fun main multiset. Okay, so we can use the ones from Guava. That's fine. It's not a bag or something. Multiset. These are all Guava. Okay, that's fine. So there's no special Kotlin multiset. So I think we're going to want to use a Guava multiset then to store what's in a rucksack. So let's then define some types. Data class rucksack has a... Do I have to say val here? I don't remember. I think it might be implied for data classes. It's probably not. Which takes a... well, we'll call them left and right again, I guess. Left is an immutable multi-set of... Yes, that one, please. Of item type, I guess. Yeah, create that class. Oh, and I guess I do have to add something there, huh? In this file, fine, but I want it to be a data class, please. Add val, okay. Can I, are you allowed to do this? Can I say left and right both have this type? No. Okay, fine. And this just has really a label, I guess, which is a jar. And we're going to want to put some methods on these things. Well, let's move this up, actually. How do you... I thought Alt down would move stuff. I guess it doesn't. You know, we're going to want stuff like, you know, this needs a... a method that tells you what it's worth, right? Right, it has a priority, I guess. So fun priority. Oh, is this... There's some way you can say, I want people to access this, not like an attribute or something? What is that called? Kotlin class attribute getter. How do you define such a thing? A property. So to use a property, getters and setters. Okay, so I guess I would say val priority get, like so. And if I just said 1, is this okay now? Must either have a type annotation, be initialized, or be delegated. Fine. Is that allowed? Okay. Well, equals 1. And then I don't actually need this, right? Oh. Okay, so actually, can't I just, if I'm going to make this initialized, I can just do it at like basically constructor time, right? And just make it a field. Yes. You don't need a getter. Equals when, so when is kind of weird. I think we want when of, I don't totally know how when works. When label something, right? Kotlin when, just show me how to use it. Kotlin documentation. Okay. If is an expression, yes. When X, okay. But how do I match its argument? How do I use like guard clauses? Okay, there's commas. Is a particular type. Ooh. Can I do this, do you think? Do you have character ranges? That would be kind of cool. Let's try that. In a Z? 1? Is that allowed? Else 2? That is allowed. Oh, how nice. Okay, well that's great. Bad label. Well, how did I get $2 signs in there? Get out of here. And then I can say in a, that's a Z? 2. Okay. So we obviously have to write something more than 1 or 2 here, but that should be easy. It should just be label minus a plus 1, right? Label minus capital A plus 27. Just to be very clear, let's say plus 1 plus 26. So here maybe would be a good time to figure out, like, does Kotlin have a REPL or something? Kotlin IntelliJ REPL. Run Kotlin in interactive console. Yes, this is what I wish to do. Tools Kotlin REPL. Okay, well, why did I look it up online? Just say REPL. Kotlin REPL. Yes, this. So do I have all this stuff in scope? Is that build this module and restart? Sure. I just want to test that we have the right priorities for things. And I could put it in main and run it, but that's Java thinking. REPLs are where it's at. Although this is kind of Clojure thinking, right? I think Kotlin thinking would be to just like, I don't know, run it, put a debug. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, so if I, Kotl.in, really? Okay. So what is item type? Yeah, that exists. Item type of A, well, let's say B. B, very exotic. Dot priority, please. Oh, control enter to execute, you said? I don't see an answer. Oh my god, that's so slow. It's 2, though. We did it. A miracle. And if I said Z priority, what am I, Canadian? Z? It produced 52. That's what it's supposed to be, right? Let me just super double check the spec. Priority Z should be 52. Yep. Okay. Cool. So I think this is a pretty class. I'm happy with it. I like that ranges for characters just sort of work. So a rucksack has an immutable multiset of types. We could. So something that we obviously want is to, like, somewhere in our program there should be a way to get the intersection between the two halves of a rucksack. Does this belong in the rucksack type itself or in part 1? Well, sort of hard to say, really, right? But since it seems somewhat intimately related with the rucksack itself, but I don't know, not really. In principle, a rucksack should be allowed to hold anything. It's only because of the rules of the puzzle that they don't, and therefore it sort of makes sense for part 1 to have the responsibility for, well, I don't know. Let's just put it, I guess, in the rucksack class itself. Where we declare a function. I don't think this needs to be a property or anything. Function overlap? I mean, I guess this could be a property. Right? We know we're going to want to compute it for every rucksack. We have the left and right already. Why is this okay? Val overlap. Do I want this to be... I mean... I guess I can probably just initialize this in a single expression pretty easily, right? Left dot... I guess it'll be in... Oh, how does Guava... Oh, what's is guava.dev? Is that the thing? Guava.dev, where does that take me? Yeah, the Guava, But how do I search? Where's their Java doc again? Java doc. Is it just guava.dev / intersect? I search there? No. I remember that there is a... Here's the snapshot API docs. Whatever. I'll just click here and look at the snapshots. How do I... Guava latest API docs 31. Javadoc.io. I should be able to find this on like Guava's website, but I'm too dumb. Search for, you know what? Let's look at the index under I. Intersect. Entries in common in map difference. I don't think that's what I need. Intersection of 2 multisets under, of course, multisets. That's about what I guessed. And what does it give me? Another multiset. Fine. A view of the intersection? Why would I want a view? The minimum of its counts. Yes, that makes sense. Ugh, I'm so used to just being able to look at the source of this to understand what it does, but whatever. Obviously, it's open source. I could look, but I can't just like click through like I'm used to being able to do. Okay. So, I mean, back to Kotlin, right? Or the IDE. It's really just left dot, no. Immutable, no. Multisets dot intersection of left, right? Right? And there's got to be some way to get like only element in iterables, yes. So if I said I have this, I want the entry. Ooh, wait. Are there other sets I could get? Element set. I think that's what I want. What is it? So entry set is the Java thing. What is element set? Is this a Guava thing, or it must be? Yeah. Element set is a view of the distinct elements in this multiset. Okay, good. That sounds like what I want. So let's review the spec here. The only item type that appears in both is L. Okay, but does it... Could it appear multiple times? Yes. Here we have capital L twice in both halves. So we shouldn't be getting the element set, I think, because that would include, in that example, oops, here we go. That would include 2 capital L's in that example. So we don't want element set, we want entry set. And that really should have only one one entry. So we can say iterables dot only element of this, and then say element, right? I mean, I guess actually we might care about how many there are, how many times the overlap happens. We don't care in day 1. You know what? Get rid of this iterables dot only element stuff. Just return the entry set saying, here's the overlap and how many times it overlapped, right? That seems good. So how do I, is there a rebuild? Is that this button? Build and restart. Oh God, building an immutable set. I need, before I do anything in the REPL, I need to write a function that builds a rucksack, because I don't remember building immutable sets being a fun time. Or multi-sets. How do you even... is it under... Okay, I'm already looking at the doc for multi-sets. What do we have here? I want some static function, probably. Nope, not here. Yeah, these are conversion things. So if I search for multi-set again... Oops. Multi-set. So there's a multiset.builder, but that's not where you're supposed to look, right? You're supposed to look like here, and it's going to give you a builder, probably? Well, I don't know. You can, in fact, just new it up, huh? But I thought, like, Is it like hash multi-set? Yeah, this is not really... Oh, create, huh? But I don't want that. That's a mutable multiset. So I guess we do just make a new immutable multiset.builder. Add to it a bunch of times. Okay, sure. So I guess we want a function that takes a string and returns an immutable multiset, probably. And then we'll probably want one that takes a string and returns two immutable multisets after splitting it in half, but okay. Fun as two multiset takes a I mean, I guess I could put this function on string. That seems insane. But like, I don't know. Just dive in. Do some weird Kotlin shit. String.toMultiset, which returns, I guess I have to specify, an immutable multiset of char. Well, wait a minute. Why am I putting it on string? Why not put it on iterable? T? Can I? Is this how you write this? Null. Okay. Is this allowed? Oh, I have to say return null. Okay. Obviously, this will be a type mismatch, but. So do I write it like I would in Java? Yeah. All right. I think. So I could say immutable multiset.of. Like that would be legal, right? Yes. No? Did I spell it wrong? Lowercase s, of course. So yeah, this type checks, right? So now any iterable, you can just say to multiset. I mean, and you get an empty multiset, but we'll implement this in a sec. So val builder equals immutable multiset dot builder. Is it gonna? Oh, oops. Dot capital builder. Wait, what's the difference? Does dot builder exist? It does. What if? Oh, there's got to be some better way to do this. But I don't know. I kind of think I have to write the type somewhere, but I'm choosing to believe that it will infer it after I've done enough with it. And then just this. Iterate over it. X in this, I guess. Builder dot add X. Builder dot, oh, you have to say return. Return builder dot build. Okay, so it still doesn't know it can infer this. That's fine. I'll just write T. No? Is that allowed? Required T and any? No, that can't be right. What does that even mean? It has to be both T and everything? What if I capital this? Oh, hang on. What are add? No, it just takes an E. Yeah, that seems fine. Can I do that? I don't think that matters. Type mismatch. Oh, I see. If I read more carefully, it says non-null asserted. So an iterable of t. I see. The issue is that an iterable of t is allowed to have null elements, but multisets are not, I believe. So if I just said throw throw new null pointer exception, great. Okay. I mean, this is kind of, I guess that's just the same as claiming it's not null, right? Okay. So there's some friction in between Java and Kotlin here. Sort of. I mean, I feel like there should be some way to say this is only on non-null t's that are non-nullable, but I don't know how to specify that. What if I just said that? Is that allowed? No. So now, I believe if I reload here, I can test my intersection thingy. And say rucksack of ABC dot to multi hello? Oh, strings aren't iterable. Right. How would you make them iterable? How do you get an iterable of them? Is that even what I want? I mean, I guess I'll just take this function off of string of iterable and put it on string. Returns an int stream? Dot to char? All right, whatever. All right, rebuild again, please. Where's that button? Here it is. Although, wait, I don't want chars. I want item types. Okay, fine. Try rebuilding one more time. And so now I can say rucksack of ABC dot to multiset and ABC or ABC dot to multiset dot overlap. Why can I not? Why is this not here? Rucksack doesn't exist. Why not? But I can say this, right? Yes. It's a multiset with 2 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's. Well, presumably 2. Yes, there's the 2. But why is this not here? Is item type, does that exist? No. Yes. Rucksack. Doesn't exist. What in the hell? Did I type it wrong? Oh, I must have spelled rucksack. Okay. No, it looks right. Rucksack. If I just copy this. Oh, wait a minute. Look, this... It wrote this import here. Huh. So if I say this... Do I have to, like... Oh, it needs to be imported, huh? I see. Okay. And if I say this dot overlap... It's a mutable set? Really? Oh, I see. It's, well, it's a set object. But no, it shouldn't it be a multiset? Is it like coercing it to a mutable set? Does immutable sets have an intersection as well? Immutable multi-set. No. Okay, so it's giving me back an actual multi-set, which is mutable. And Kotlin is like doing something to say, oh, by the way, actually it's a mutable set. Oh, no, right. The intersection, of course, is returning a multiset. And then I'm getting the entry set of that, which returns a Java set, which Kotlin is rendering somehow as a mutable set. Or maybe it actually has wrapped it, but I wouldn't think so. Anyway, the point is, it says, yes, there's label A twice. Great. So I have successfully built up this stuff. Okay, let's read input of 3, make that a variable, which is I forget, did it return a list of lines or list of strings? Yeah, okay. Let's not even save this anywhere. Let's map it. I mean, right? Technically, this map is an extension function, right? List doesn't have map, and for good reason, but the Kotlin developers don't agree. And so they made it easy to, if you want, you can write a map function on a list and you get back a list. Java discourages that. It says you should use a stream if you're going to perform a bunch of operations. But, if you're only doing one, it's not so bad to just map directly. However, here I might be doing more than one. I don't know. So stream it for me, please. And then map a function. I guess we'll just say, oh, you know what? Putting all this stuff, no. I was about to say, since we were putting these all in the same package, all these extension functions are like in the same scope, which seems bad. But no, they're in different packages, so I don't have to worry about cluttering up other potential days with my weird extension functions. In fact, I could make this private if I wanted to. So I was just trying to decide, do I want the toRucksack to be like a top-level function or a function on string? I mean, I guess I'll make it a function on string. Why not? So I need to val, well, I can just call length, right? I don't need to declare that. How would you? Well, I want like length over 2, right? Val sizes equals length over 2. Is that, yeah? Kotlin.string. Okay, sure. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'll take it. And then we're just going to return a rucksack of substring. Ooh, it has ranges. Isn't that nice? But I just want substring, the Java version of size dot to multiset and substring of size length to multiset, right? I think that's it. It dot to rucksack, please. So now I have all these rucksacks, and that I probably do want to save. Rucksacks equals this. Because this I'm going to use for part 1 and part 2, I imagine. And let's define fun part 1 now. Excuse me, it has to take rucksack. Those are rucksacks. Rucksacks. Wait. Oh, it auto-completes that for me. How nice. Except I don't want that. I want a list of rucksack. And we're supposed to just basically return rucksacks dot map it dot overlap dot any. I forget. How do you have a no? I want to stream now. So I should stream to begin with. I shouldn't map. Get out of here. Dot stream dot map of it dot overlap and what is the type of this again? Let's make this bigger. It's a oh, it's inferred a weird type, huh? Interesting. So it's a set of entry of type, item type, sure. I mean, I guess in principle I could probably just like use flat map here, because there should always be an overlap, but what if there isn't? Like it would be a disaster to debug. I can give this a type. This is a set of multiset dot, yes, that one, entry of item type. Cool. So I can just map the overlap, but I need to do more than that, right? I need to like stream this, and there's like some function here to get like an element. Find any. Yes, I knew I was looking for any. Find any. Or else throw, I guess. Isn't there an overload of or else? Yeah, there are 2 overloads. Okay, I want this one though. Or else throw runtime exception of it, I think. We'll just throw the whole rucksack. And then now I have the only element. And I can just say, give me the element. Which is now an item type. And then I can say, give me the priority of that. Now, can I say sum? No. This is a stream of item type, right? Well, you know, maybe I didn't need to stream this after all. I'm only doing one thing to it. Sum? Okay, it's mad about this. Tell me why. Returns unit. Oh, I didn't give this a type. Ah, okay, cool. Call chain on collection type may be simplified. Inline fun map. Okay, tell me what I should do. Sum of? Sure, I guess that's better. The sum of, yeah, so for each one, get the overlap, find its only element or else blow up, and then look up the priority of the element. Great. So then can I just say print of part one of rucksacks? Ah, I did not collect this. Okay, well, since I didn't end up doing more than one thing with it anyway, yes, remove custom line breaks. Right? Cool. So, I don't know, let's see what happens. It's a number. We like numbers. Nothing blew up. How could anything go wrong? That's not the right answer. Too low. Okay. That's too bad. Well, let's try it on an example input then. How is a good way to do that? I mean, I guess it's not that hard. I can say val rucksacks equals list of nope, to rucksack. There. So if I run this, I won't learn anything useful. I'll just get the wrong answer. 8. That actually sounds... No, that's not right, is it? The only item type that appears in both compartments is lowercase p. P isn't the 8th letter of the alphabet. What the hell? Okay. So, good. Oops. My hotkey for switching what you see in OBS overlaps with some stuff IntelliJ wants to do. Okay, so I kind of want like to debug here. Gosh, can I even put property breakpoint? Is this going to work? I probably don't even have to since I'm doing this. When I construct the rucksack. Okay, so if I, what is it, Shift F9 to debug? Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some features. I mean, you can, I don't think we need to talk to the internet, but if I ever want to, I mean, I don't know, I'll allow it. All right, so where are we? We are, this is a string, great. So the size is 12, which, I mean, seems about right. I'm not sure how many characters that is, but I could believe it's 24, okay. What is step in? Is it F7? Yeah. Oh, you know, let's step into to multiset as well, I guess. Where is that? So it's HFP is where it ends. That's, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised because this is the second. Well, maybe I misunderstood what substring does. Start index. Oh. Okay, that's the problem. I misunderstood the substring. Okay, so it should be 0 to size and then size to length. Got it. So let's run that. Don't bother debugging. Hopefully I just get the right answer. 16. Yes, P is 16. So that seems better. If I do this and this, do I get a better answer? 8515. Let's put that in and see if they like us. It is larger than the first one we submitted, so they told us it was too low. This is a possible guess. Okay, just forgot how substring works. Well, thank God for debuggers, huh? We could have written our code more robustly to notify us of this problem, though. Right? The problem is, aside from that I had a bug here and no tests for anything, the problem is here. I said find any, ignoring that there might be multiple overlaps. So I just found the first one that overlapped, which happened to be who knows what. And so for every rucksack, I said, oh, just look at the second compartment and tell me what the first item is, instead of saying what's the overlap between the two. Okay, so let's just delete this. I think we're ready to commit. Get this shit out of here. I don't know how to... All right, I'll just commit it in a separate commit to make IntelliJ happy. Random garbage. IntelliJ wants to commit. Great. Just bow down to your tools. Don't be the master of your fate. Let the computer decide what to do. Great. Day 3, part 1. And now we can have a look at part 2. As you finish identifying, they have another issue. They're divided into groups of 3. Each elf has a badge identifying their group. Within each group of 3 elves, the badge is the only type carried by all three elves. Okay. So the three of them have, okay. Nobody wrote down which item type corresponds to the group's badges. Each group of three is a group. Okay, so we don't have to, like, figure out what the groups are, which I was trying to imagine. There doesn't seem to be a very good algorithm for doing that, but maybe I'm wrong. Each group can have a different badge type, sure. In the second group, their badge item type. Okay, so this whole, like, splitting into two halves thing was totally unimportant for part 2, huh? But that's fine. It's easy to combine two immutable multisets into a new immutable multiset, I assume. Do I even need an immutable multiset from the results? I kind of just need a set, right? Like, take each elf, dump his whole rucksack's 2 components into just a set of the things he has, and then intersect all 3 elves together to get their shared. Well, intersect them. Let's see, hang on. Is there anything they might have 4 of, or is it only 3? No, of course, there's only 3 of them. So there's only one item type common between all of them. So yes, if I intersect all 3 of them, I should get a set with 1 item. So I don't need a multiset to track this stuff. And then I just need to get the priority of that, right? Okay, punished a little bit for domain modeling, I guess. I thought this whole, like, 2 compartments thing was likely to be important for both halves, but apparently not. But it's fine. It's easy to recover less information, less structured information from the more structured information that we have. So how do we in Kotlin group list chunks? Chunked. Iterable of t has chunked. Amazing. All right. So let's write fun part 2 of rucksacks, which is a list of rucksack again, and of course returns an int as well. Oh, I guess I could just do that, since I only ended up having one expression anyway. I don't like that, actually. It hides some of the implementation on this line and puts the rest here. I don't know. I don't like it that much. So we need to take rucksacks chunked at size 3. Wow, and you can actually say I want to transform it? I don't think I do. So now I have a list of rucksacks, where each list is known to be size 3. And I want to map it to another list of int. I mean, I guess I want to stream it, really, right? Well, no, isn't this exactly what sum of does? Sum of? A function taking a list of rucksack to int? Yeah, great. Let's name this because I imagine I'm going to want to use it in here somewhere probably. Oh, actually, these are called rucksacks, aren't they? There's multiple of them. There's 3. So let's call it a group, I guess. Group dot stream dot map, because I have 3 of them, and I want to each one of them convert into a set, right? I don't want a mapcat or something like that. Yeah, okay. So I have a single rucksack. Well, I guess I should look at the docs for multiset again. Immutable multiset. As list, I mean, I could do that, but so element set. I mean, I guess that would be fine, right? It'll give me if there are number of distinct elements, yeah, sure, whatever. But I don't need that. So I can just say it dot left dot element set dot union of it dot right dot element set. Now I have a set that is just what they each had. And here I have a list of, or I have a stream of list of set. So I guess in here, where I have just a list of set, I want to... No, hang on. Here I have a group. So for... Here I have a stream of set, yes? So... Is that right? I was going to say I want to collect this to something, but I want to... Is there's like... Okay. Guava collect stream set intersection. Like, is there... I mean, maybe just sets.intersection is what I want, right? Yeah, sets.intersection only takes 2 sets, which is fine. So I think I'm supposed to, like... fold this or reduce it or something. Reduce is a little, I don't know, clunky, but I guess reduce expects an identity, which I don't really have, right? I want like reduce 1 that uses the first item as the identity. So I guess I'll just list this or something. Make this a local contents or something. So now I have, for the group, I have a list of 3 sets. And I can say contents 0 dot intersect of contents 1 dot intersect of contents 2. I mean, it's horrible. This is so unsafe. But this should be val common type. And then I'll return only. Yeah, see, this doesn't autocomplete, sadly. Iterables dot only element of this dot priority, right? That's what I'm supposed to do, just compute the priority of each of these. First group, the group that appears in all of them. They are for the first group. Yeah, that sounds right. So let's just run it and see what happens. Print of part 2. Part 2 of rucksacks. I imagine there's something wrong here. Oh, there's a compiler error. Hang on. Oh, this should... I didn't end up using multiple expressions after all. Right? So I never put my return in. It's a number. It's about a third as big as the other one. Let's find out. That's the right answer. Great. I mean, I don't know. I'm pleased that this was right on the first try. It looks a little complicated. I would not say this is a good function, necessarily. It's reasonably concise. It's using the right operations, except for this, which really should be a fold or a reduce of some kind. But it's not exactly that debuggable. Like, I think I should be putting some types in here somewhere. Maybe. Still, it works. So let's just commit it. Part 2. Cool. And then we can look at maybe improving it somewhat. Like this, there should be some fold like in that Kotlin has that just does this easily. Contents dot fold. Yeah, see fold, this is the Java fold thing. That's not what I wanted. If I convert it to a sequence, what happens if I say fold? These all want initials reduce. Yes, here's the cheating mode. This is reduce 1. It just takes an operation. So if I were to say set intersect, what's wrong here? One type argument expected. Really? Okay. Set of... You can't figure this out? Maybe it's just because I haven't put it into context. Okay, well, can you figure it out? Yeah, set of E. Yeah. All right, I mean, fine. Item type. Redundant as sequence call? Really? What should I do instead? Oh. Reduce is there, huh? So what if I didn't... If I got rid of this, would it also be allowed? Reduce is on stream, but it's a different function. Oh, I mean, I guess this does actually exist. But get only element is not... Okay, I mean, so I can say to list, basically. No, this isn't a list. Right? Why not? What is common type? It's a list of set. Well, that's not what I wanted. There should just be one. Right? What? Reduce returned an optional of T. I see. I mean, it's or else throw, basically, right? Oh, I see. Return an optional because if there isn't a first element. Okay. Yeah, so this is a little bit nicer. So if there were no elves in the group somehow, impossible, this would throw. If they didn't have a common element, this would throw. I think those shouldn't happen for our input, obviously. Let's run it again and see if we still get the same number. Yeah, that's about right. 2434. Was that my answer? Let me just double check. Yes. So this is an improvement, I think. Even though we added a bunch of or else throws that look unsafe, they're replacing some implicitly unsafe stuff, grouping a list, indexing a list. So let's just commit this. Day 3, part 2, use reduce instead of indexing. So now this would work for, groups of size more than 3. Checks failed. What warning? Unused import. Okay, sure, I agree. Get rid of it. One file committed. Great. That's it for today. We made it through day 3 of Advent of Code while learning Kotlin. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.